If your stinky man hasn't asked you to be his Valentine, or you don't have a Valentine this year, this video is for you. Your worth is not determined whether you have a Valentine or not. Your worth is determined based on your character and the way you treat yourself. You accept what you feel like you deserve. And so if you're accepting behavior from someone that is not living up to the standards you set for yourself, you are the one that needs to choose that this person is not for you. This video is a pep talk for everyone who feels lonely, because we are living in a loneliness epidemic, and that doesn't only affect men, that affects women as well. We are constantly comparing our experiences to the internet as well as our friends' experiences with their relationships. We can feel a lot of shame and judgment for wanting to be loved, but wanting to be loved is not the problem. The problem is accepting less because you don't feel like you deserve more. Yes, it sucks to be single on Valentine's Day. It's okay to say that. You don't have to say you love being single, but you also shouldn't downplay the fact that you need to set your standards. Don't respond to that text saying Happy Valentine's Day if that man hasn't asked you to be his Valentine. What does that do for you? But that's it for the intro of this video. If you're new here, be sure to do all of the things, subscribe, and let's just get straight into the video. Hey bestie, today we're having a little girls chat as I do my makeup. First of all, you're not alone, but I really wanted to talk about this idea that's kind of been resurfacing, which is our value as women being tied to a man. Ew. And I don't think that it's just men's fault. I think that it's women's fault too. I feel like oftentimes there's so much content online right now talking about how women just have too high of standards. They all want this high value man. And it's like, okay, well, half of y'all are below bare minimum men. You know what I mean? Like half of y'all don't even care to ask your girl to be your Valentine. I saw a post the other day and it was this man being like, why do we have to ask our girlfriends to be our Valentine? Like we already asked them to be our girlfriend. It's just cute. Like, you know what I mean? It's not even that big of a deal. You don't have to do the whole 9. You don't even have to buy her anything. Most women will feel so good if you just make them a handwritten card. And of course, I'm not gonna lie, there is this culture nowadays where women think they deserve all of these different things in a relationship, but like, who says we don't? But I'm getting ahead of myself. I really just wanted to talk to the girlies today about how to cultivate self-love as a woman if you don't have a Valentine. Wanting a Valentine and being a lover girl is a completely normal thing to feel. The problem arises when we base our self-worth on if we have a partner or not. Or even if you have a partner, you might base your value subconsciously on how your partner treats you. Because how you're treated in a relationship and courted is also a reflection of what you feel like you deserve. Girlies, if that man did nothing for you on Valentine's Day, he's not your man. Like, I'm sorry to say, but like, you have to be realistic with yourself. It's not just about the cute little bear and chocolates. Like, it really isn't. It's not about monetary things. It's about showing this person that you love them and that you see their value, even in the small ways. Whether you have a partner or not this Valentine's Day, really think about how you love yourself, because even if someone does get you something and is treating you right on Valentine's Day, if you don't feel like you deserve it, subconsciously you'll self-sabotage it. The chocolates, the flowers, the princess treatment, you genuinely deserve that. This analogy completely flipped my mindset upside down when it comes to modern day dating. Technology has lowered everyone's standards. For example, like back in like the 80s or 70s when there wasn't technology, if your man made you mad, he would literally have to go outside your window with a boombox and chocolates and flowers in order to get back into your life. It would have to be a grand gesture. But nowadays, you can be in no contact with your ex for months on end, and then when Valentine's Day comes around, Christmas, your birthday, this man has the audacity to pop out and say, hey, how are you? Like nothing happened. Like they didn't do what they did. You really need to bring back these scenarios in your mind and ask yourself if your grandma would have been going for any of that. Simultaneously, I do feel like it goes the other way too. Like good men sometimes lower their standards for women who are emotionally mature, act very entitled, and don't make them look good as a man in certain scenarios, you know, will embarrass him. Like you shouldn't put up with those things either, but at the same exact time, I feel like oftentimes the bar bar is literally in hell for women. We get made fun of if our standards are too high or if they're too low. Society will always find a way to blame a woman for her standards because so many men can't comprehend the fact that we genuinely believe we're worthy and deserving of respect. It isn't even about the grand gestures, it's literally just about showing that you love us. And any man who loves a woman, despite their financial situation, despite anything that they're personally going through, will make a day that is special for their woman still special. Whether by writing a card or spending $5 on a box of chocolates, those small things really build up and allow a woman to feel safe with you. If you're standing on business this Valentine's Day and not responding to that text, not going back to your ex, resisting the urge to give your time to men you know you're not interested in just because you want a date, just because you want a Valentine, you are doing the right thing because you're thinking about your future, and by withholding and waiting for the person that's meant to be with you, you are confirming in your mind that that person is out there. They exist. The person that is meant for you, the person that you're gonna marry, the person that you're going to have a family with one day, they exist. When someone doesn't see your value, you need to leave. You need to stand on business. And in these moments where you miss being in a relationship, validate that fact. It's okay that you miss being in a relationship, but would you rather be disrespected or would you rather love yourself and stand on business and wait for the person who's going to treat you right? It's one day of the year. Valentine's Day is one day of the year. You do something nice for yourself. All those chocolates and flowers and things that you want, buy that for yourself. The second that you flip it around and start loving yourself the way that you want someone else to love you, you are attracting someone who will give you that in the future because you finally stopped approaching things with this desperate energy of please love me, please love me. No, you love yourself and you don't accept less. If you happen to be alone on Valentine's Day, I completely understand, girl, but here is what you need to do. Number one, prepare to do something for yourself. Whether it's small, whether it's big, do something for yourself. Also, number two, make plans. It is so important to make plans on Valentine's Day, whether that's you do a Galentine's Day with your friends or you take yourself out to dinner. Whatever it is that you want to do to celebrate yourself, even if it's small, do that thing and write it down. Number three, if you're feeling a little bit sad, go ahead and cry. It's completely okay, girl. I actually just posted 5 shadow work prompts relating to Valentine's Day over on my school community. So if you guys want to go do those shadow work prompts, go ahead and join the school community. I'll link it in the description. It's free to join and I have all of my other challenges on there too. Keep your standards high because we are not accepting the bare minimum this 2025. Let me know down in the comments what your Valentine's Day plans are, no matter how small and silly, even if you're working on Valentine's. Personally, I would much rather work on Valentine's than feel unappreciated by my stinky man who didn't even want to ask me to be his Valentine. Here's the final makeup look. Let me know what you guys think about it. I have been trying to do slick backs. I don't know if it's my thing. I did it, but I don't know if it's entirely my thing because I feel like my face is so wide. But I feel like with the right earrings and right accessories, it's definitely giving. But yeah, with that being said, you guys, I'll see you guys next week.